The value of appreciation is that when you do it, you feel satisfied, happy, energized, and confident. When you're in a state of appreciation, you're most creative and most productive. But most importantly, when you appreciate, you feel great. Life is supposed to feel great. If life is not feeling great, it's because your experiences have led you out of the habitual practice, which is to appreciate all that's going well as often as you can. Feeling good again will mean getting back in the habit, but sometimes this is easier said than done. Sometimes you've just been dissatisfied for so long, or you're just feeling so unhappy that you cannot fathom what happiness would even feel like. Some people cannot even imagine finding happiness anytime soon, but happiness is always available, and you'll experience it when you appreciate what is going well. There are two ways to get back in the habit of appreciation. The first is the most ideal, and that's just to itemize the value of what is going well in the present moment. As one example, the physical ability to hear is worth appreciating and feeling amazing about. If you have hearing, you have enough to feel that you've been gifted with one of the most precious gifts you'll ever receive. People often take hearing for granted, however. There's no judgment to be passed since we all do this, but it's worth remembering the value of hearing so that we can appreciate and experience enhanced feelings of satisfaction and happiness. Itemize the value of hearing. This is the most ideal way to appreciate, and all you have to do is ask, what will my ability to hear allow me to do today? When you think about the prospect of interacting with people that you care about, when you think about the uplifting music that you might listen to or the soothing sounds of nature that can further spike your feelings of satisfaction, as you think this way, you'll know the value of your hearing and you'll experience feelings of satisfaction and happiness. The more you itemize, the better you feel. However, sometimes itemizing does not seem to get the job done, or it doesn't get the job done quickly. Sometimes you know conceptually that the ability to hear is worth feeling amazing about, but although you know it conceptually, you just aren't feeling as good as you want to feel about your ability to hear. Sometimes people even forget the value of hearing, which is an ability that they likely have had for a long time. It is easy to forget the value of what you have when what you have is no longer new to you. But there's a quick way to remember the value of those things that you have. All you have to do is stop using them, or consider what life would be like if you didn't have what you have. Consider what life would be like if you did not have the ability to hear. How would life be different for you? When you think about the hardship that might occur if you lost a luxury such as your ability to hear, this naturally and easily reminds you of the value of hearing. If you actually were to lose your ability to hear, you would immediately know and feel the value of this physical ability. If you temporarily lost and then regained your sense of hearing, you would rejoice. You'd be so happy, not because the ability to hear has gained any usefulness. Instead, you'd be happy because you spiked your appreciation of your ability to hear. Compare what life would be like without your luxuries against what life is like with your luxuries. This is a useful crutch for spiking your levels of appreciation. It, however, is a crutch because comparison can be limiting. If, for example, you compare against people who have more things than you do, you might develop limiting feelings of inadequacy and your appreciation would suffer. If you were to compare against people who have less than you do, you might develop feelings of superiority or you might miss the value coming from people who either have less or who have accomplished less. Comparison is both useful and it's limiting. Comparison is useful when you use it and you have a resulting spike in your appreciation of life. Comparison is limiting when you use it and you have a resulting lack of appreciation either for yourself or a lack of appreciation for the people around you or a lack of appreciation for the things that you have. Ideally, you would just itemize the value of what you have and grow your appreciation that way. With that said, sometimes it really is useful to temporarily use comparison as a way to remember the value of what you have. As soon as you remember the value of what you have, just switch back to itemization and the resulting appreciation of what you have will occur. All you need here is practice. Give yourself whatever time you need and go easy on yourself. In your own time, you will become or once again be the expert of appreciation. Sending good vibes.